So unfortunately for JD and the listening audience, JD was absent for the episode in which we discussed the fantastic forecasting that just recently dropped and some of the Super Bowl trailers such as Deadpool and Wolverine mainly. So I want to throw this out to you, JD. Any thoughts or predictions about these wild projects we got coming up?
Ooh, that Deadpool trailer was really freaking cool, man. It was so weird seeing him like watch screens of the Avengers and Captain America and talking about Marvel like in a third person kind of way like that. But so much to unpack, right? Like you guys talked about the Secret Wars issue that was in one of the shots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was wild.
Which is just an issue with Doctor Doom's face on it. It's an issue where he becomes God Emperor Doom, and it shows us how he becomes that villain. So that was cool. And then Cassandra Nova. So I thought that was the most interesting thing. Had me thinking what they're going to do with her. Because in the comics, she was like a brand new character. Grant Morrison created her in 2001, along with sort of kind of an X-Men reboot, kind of a modernization more so, right? And it all started with Cassandra Nova just committing a massacre on about 16 million mutants on Genosha. And that was kind of the start of that modern X-Men story. And what are we doing now? Like, this is the start of a modern MCU X-Men story. And she's involved. So then it had me thinking, there's a ton of mutants in the Void or wherever they are in the trailer. We think it's the Void. A ton of mutants there. So I'm thinking, what if they were all purged into the Void throughout time because mutants are so hated? And so that gives you your tragic Genosha thing for the MCU to build off of. And it establishes that relationship that mutants have always had with humanity. They are always hated. Humanity has always wanted to try to get rid of them. So it establishes that vibe, which they're all about. And it's similar to what happened with Morrison's modernization in the comics. So that's pretty far-fetched, but that would be cool. And just her presence. Sick. I mean, this is Professor X's sister. So that's huge.
I don't think that's far-fetched at all. Especially since she's going to be in this Deadpool movie.
It kind of fits. Yeah. And build a foundation on, it'd be like the MCU's Genosha. Sister.
Yeah. Dude. So do you know a lot about her comic-wise? Like, have you read a lot of stories with Cassandra Nova in it?
Just her first one. It's called E for Extinction. It's really good. It's like the first 6 or 12 issues of Grant Morrison's new X-Men run. It is good. She's scary, dude. Very powerful, too. So it's a solid villain.
Nice. That got confirmed today. We got articles that came out confirming Cassandra Nova as the big bad for Deadpool. We also there was another patent that dropped. It was like public record. And for some reason, one of the main cast names was Jennifer Garner on the Deadpool and Wolverine patent thing, which is very odd. I don't know why she'd be top bill. But so she's confirmed. Cassandra Nova's confirmed. I forgot who's playing Cassandra. We did get a name. Emma?
Emma Corrin.
There you go, Emma Corrin. So, yeah, so we'll see about that. Stoked, obviously, can't freaking wait. I was going to ask JD something real quick, but no problem there, because we were talking about Henry Cavill. We're talking about X-Men, so I'm going to filibuster a little until JD's back here. But we got rumor about Doom being Henry Cavill, which I'm not crazy about. JD's not crazy about. But I did see a little rumor because he signed something in the MCU, and I saw fan art today of him as Cyclops, and I was curious what both of you thought about that, and especially JD being the comic reader he is.
And the Cyclops guy.
I do like me some Cyclops. No, I think that's a way, 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 way better fit than Doctor Doom, because for Doctor Doom, I don't see him with the range and like that sinister genius. I don't see him portraying that or the emotional depth I want out of a Doctor Doom. Right. But Cyclops, more of kind of a Captain America sort of character. Maybe that'll go a little farther as far as like the morality of killing and all that stuff. As far as Captain America goes, but similar, just a good guy, good leader. Henry Cavill could do that, right?
Yeah.
I'd like him to be a member of the X-Men. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
So speaking of Doom, you had any thoughts about the Fantastic Four stuff? Again, you missed all that. Any thoughts you want to get out there?
As far as Doom, it's tough. I'm really curious to see what got them stuck into whatever time, because it takes place in the 60s, so I really want to see where they've been. They've obviously been stuck in time or stuck in the quantum realm. That's something that's going to bring them to the modern day MCU. And I would love if they committed to that Kang replacement and started building on Doom there. It'd be really cool to see Doom start to tamper with time or tamper with the quantum realm out of jealousy over the Fantastic Four achieving something in that realm. And maybe even finding out about Kang and being like, who the hell is this guy? Like, why is he controlling this stuff so much? I want something, because if they're diving into the quantum realm or time, Kang should be involved, and you got to start writing him out of the picture somehow. I don't want him to just disappear, and that'd be a cool way for Doom to show us he's the real big bad. But maybe he finds Kang and, shuts down the whole Council of Kangs in an end credit. That'd be a lot for the first Fantastic Four movie. And I want Kang to be written out like in a satisfying way.
And Doctor Doom taking out Kang gives him the Beyonder powers.
There you go.
Yeah, it totally makes him the big bad.
But there's a theory that for Fantastic Four that the movie could be at two different times at the same time. So it's like in the 60s and current day going on concurrently, and then it kind of maybe meets in the middle or shows how they got from one place in time to the other.
Unless Christopher Nolan's directing it, I feel like that has a risk of being way too messy.
Right?
Because that takes a skilled director
true.
to keep a coherent movie like that. But we don't have any word on a director, do we?
Well, Matt Shackman's just writing it, right? The WandaVision guy.
Yes.
Or is he directing?
He might be directing. Ooh, let's see.
Yeah, it says he's directing.
Yep. All right. I like him. But I don't know if he could pull that off. But
yeah, I like him too. WandaVision's solid.
Mm-hmm.
But in the 60s, they have to be in Universe 616. Like, they need to show that they were in our universe back in the 60s, and then something happened to where they've been gone this whole time. But they can't. I don't want them to be in like 838 or some new universe.
Right.
It would be cool connective tissue if they're in the 60s. Well, Captain America, obviously. You could do possibly Captain America, but Namor, because there's a ton of history with Namor in the Fantastic Four in the comics, and he was supposedly around with Captain America fighting the good fight back in the day. So that'd be a cool connection there, and a cool way to give us, connective tissue with a villain that everyone loved in a previous movie that we have not seen again since that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, the only issue I'm seeing with the 60s, I don't mind it. I think it could be cool. I'm very curious to see how to tie in. But some people are saying that they don't like it because one aspect of the Fantastic Four is they're always celebrities. Like, in their stories, they're well-known. Their identities are public. They're a public face. Like, they're in the media. They're like the superhero team of the world, or of the U.S. kind of deal. And so people are worried about, well, how would they be, like, famous, the classic Fantastic Four, if nobody remembers them from the 60s? If they were that big of a deal while they were around in the 616, how come they're never mentioned? So I'm just very curious to see how they pull it all together.
Yeah.
All right, any other thoughts?
No, super exciting though.
Yeah. 2025 is going to be crazy.
It's going to pop off. We'll see you there, 2025. Welcome in to a very special episode of Why So Sidious, a Nerd Podcast. We are about to embark on our second annual 2024 box office draft. And just like the cities, I know that we missed the first 2 months of 2024, so just shut up about it again. But let's be real, Madam Web wasn't getting drafted. Argyle wasn't getting drafted. I forgot the other flop that's already came out this year, but it wasn't getting drafted either. And Dune Part 2 is, well, we'll get into that. But well, we'll get into it now. In a strange turn of events, the possible biggest box office earner of the calendar year, will be deciding our first annual 2023 box office draft. And that is Dune Part 2. So let's clear the air there real quick. Dune Part 2 was my pick last year. We had a stipulation due to COVID that if your movie was delayed until 2024, it could be released no later than March or it would not count. And I would be resorted to my reserve pick, which unfortunately for me was Shazam 2. Needless to say, I would have lost. So, lucky for me, they did it to March, and now we are waiting on the final results for our 2023 box office draft because Dune drops tomorrow. Can't wait to see it. But yeah, it's going to take a big number out of this whole box office draft this year. So, let's catch up on that while we're here real quick. Really reignite the rivalry before we kick off this draft. Get some hatred flowing. Our two teams that have finished tallying earnings sit at the following. We have Team 3, managed by Caleb, sitting at $3,143,485,910. 3.143 billion. Team 1, managed by JD, sits at $3,377,374,290.
Suck it.
$3.377 billion, with just over a $200 million lead. Suck it. And that leaves Team 2, managed by yours truly, sitting at $2,826,264,569. So $2.826 billion. So in order to pass JD up and secure the greatest comeback win in the history of the Why So Sidious box office drafts, Dune Part 2 needs to make at least $500,109,720.
It's going to, dude.
That's close, though.
It's a big number,
closer,
yeah. But I think they're going to do it.
Way closer than I would have liked. I had a big lead after Super Mario Bros., and ever since then, I just progressively lost the lead and dropped down into last. So, recent reports have it projected to earn around $170 million worldwide in its opening weekend. That's the projections right now. So, if that is the case, I should be all right. But we'll see. You never know. You never know. So with that being said,
and the reviews are like the best we've heard in years.
I know.
It's like supposed to be one of the best movies ever. So nice. That's great.
Seen a lot of best sci-fi movie of our generation quotes out there, but I did see a 5.5 out of 10 yesterday. So
what the?
Yeah. So we'll see. But with that being said, stay tuned as we update you through the theatrical stay of Dune Part 2. Unless it grosses $300 million or less, it looks like Caleb will be the one to get a tattoo on his forehead. So we will put a vote out for the audience to decide on what tattoo that will be. Have you given any thought to that, Lub? You gotten any ideas?
Get a Nard dog.
Classic deep cut reference. All right. Well, let's get this thing cracking. In order to start this off, we need to establish a draft order. We will be doing 6 rounds. We are not doing reserve picks this year. So real quick, we'll flesh that out. We're not doing reserves. If it gets postponed into 2025, you're out of there. We're not doing any delays. COVID's gone. We're done for there. So we'll do 6 picks. If somebody's movie gets delayed into 2025, they will have the opportunity to draft a remaining movie that hasn't been drafted. We will do that on a cold open of one of our episodes. And after the team who lost their movie goes, the other 2 teams will have a chance to switch out one of their remaining movies for any remaining box office movie. So if you have instant regrets from a draft, like I was telling Caleb, the Marvels, I would have used this opportunity to take that chance and switch it out for literally anything. So those are going to be the rules going forward. So keep that in mind.
But it's before the movie comes out, right? You can't trade a movie that already came out.
Yeah, no, okay. God no. Yeah, has to be unreleased.
That one sucked. I want a new one.
Shit, Gladiator 2 made $1 billion. I'll take that one.
I'll go ahead and snag that. Yeah. All right. So 6 rounds, snake order, meaning first pick will have to wait into the 6th overall pick to make their second pick, but we'll get an immediate third pick back to back. So let's get this settled. I'm going to randomly generate a number on my phone. I will put it on the camera so we can all see. We all have our numbers written down, so we're not cheating. Like, I'm pretty sure Caleb cheated last year. I forgot. I'll have to re-listen to the episode, but there was some controversy with the draft order. All right. So
we should just say our numbers first.
Well, I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Oh, that's fine. I mean, yeah, if you want to put your numbers up right now, and then I'll do that right now. All right, so everybody put your numbers up.
I can't even see what's on your phone.
All right, JD's got 8. I got 17. Caleb can't see.
Mine's 13.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, since we're doing it this way anyways, that's fine. All right.
Well,
13, 8, and 17. And we are 11. Who had 13? Can you guys even see that? I'll take a screenshot, but
No. Oh,
Yeah,
there it
yeah.
is.
all right. So 13 was Lub, 8 was JD, and I was. All right, so I'm going last.
17.
So Caleb is first pick again. Wild how that happens. Actually, I think I was first pick last year. I don't remember. Whatever. Caleb first pick, JD is second pick, and I will be last. So that hurts my soul because I really wanted 2 of the top picks there, and now I don't know what I'm going to do with my life.
Yeah, exactly.
It's snake order though.
It is,
Right.
but the problem is it's
Yeah, you
such a
get some
weird
bangers
year
at
that
the end.
the middle
Two.
pack, like, there's like 15 movies that are all in the same kind of
It's all
range.
the same.
there. Yeah, exactly. It's all crapshoots
Yeah.
after the top 2. Oh, well.
Yeah.
All right. Gentlemen, before we begin, let's just remember we're all friends at the end of this, okay? And with the first overall pick of the second annual 2024 box office draft, Team 1, managed by Caleb, selects...
Well, I took a Marvel movie last year with my first pick, and that didn't go so well. Ant-Man Quantumania. We all know about that. And it bombed at the box office as well. But, you know what? I'm going back to the well. And we're taking Deadpool and Wolverine. Let's go!
Damn I just wanted it on my team.
I hate this entire thing. I'm packing it up. All right. Deadpool and Wolverine, we're all pretty sure that's going to at least make 800 million, if not $1 billion. I would be surprised if it made anywhere less than 900 million, honestly. So, all right. Jeremiah, for the second overall pick, what do you
All
got?
right. Second overall pick is going to go to Despicable Me 4 because it has a very large projection, higher than Deadpool and Wolverine. But I don't think it'll beat Deadpool and Wolverine though. I don't see that happening. I think this movie's going to be crazy good and it's going to break $1 billion.
It's just all the high school kids who have like memed the Minions and all the kids who are Minion crazy. It gets everyone going and everyone
It's
dresses up as
Definitely
the characters.
mass appeal. Yes, it could beat out Deadpool and Wolverine. We'll see.
Yeah.
I would put money on it being the number 1 grossing film of the year, Despicable Me. I think it's going to pass. Deadpool and Wolverine's rated R. This is everything, and funny thing enough, they're both dropping in July. But Despicable Me has no competition. There's nothing opening around it. It's pretty much clear, and it always rakes in.
Yeah,
for
a kid movie especially. But rated R Deadpool made $1 billion, and Venom was not rated R. Oh, and Joker made $1 billion rated R.
It did. Did Deadpool make $1 billion?
I thought Deadpool 1 did. I could be wrong.
Okay, I'm not sure. All right. Well,
No, I
brings
don't
up to
think
me.
it did actually. Anyway,
I was actually just checking that now. We got 780 million.
okay, I was wrong, but Joker.
But still pretty good. Yeah. All right. Well, that's painful, but I really didn't want to make this pick here, but I have to at this point because it's the only other one that's projected pretty high. But I feel like it's going to flop, but I got to go with it. Third overall pick is going to go to Inside Out 2. The first one made $1 billion, but I was reading about it, and apparently they got a new director and writer who has just done flop after flop, and it's not the original director. So I'm really just banking on nostalgia and children on this one. So this one could end up being a massive flop, but it's the only other one who's got a really solid projection of at least 800 million. So
Have you guys seen the first one?
I have
No.
not.
Oh shit! It's. I mean, I'll admit it. I did. I cried at the end because fucking Bing Bong sacrifices himself. Dude, there's
Oh,
it's not
spoiler!
just me, bro.
Spoiler!
Oh shit, dude, it's so sad, but it's a really good movie. It's like about the 4 emotions inside your head, and it's like sad,
Yeah,
sad, angry, happy, and whatever else. And it's good. It's all a movie.
I heard good things. I don't know if I want to repeat it. Who was it with? I forgot who the star in Inside Out, one of the voice casts was. I don't know if it was Anna Kendrick or what, but one of the newscasters was like, it's a great movie. Go out and see it. I mean, it really does do a really good job of just showing what it feels like to be inside a 12-year-old girl. Anna Kendrick was like,
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
and like the
Whoops.
most. It was Mindy Kaling from The Office. She was like, yeah, in the most family friendly way possible. Okay, enough about terrible offensive jokes. My fourth overall pick, second pick for me. Oh, this is painful, man. Because you guys are gonna take the other one, but I gotta go with this. I gotta go with the Asian box office here, the demographic. We're going Godzilla times Kong, Godzilla X Kong. I don't know how you're actually supposed to say that. Just call it Godzilla vs Kong, whatever. The New Empire. That will be my second pick. I'm really bummed because I know I'm not gonna get a movie that I really wanted. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. So
You're banking on that worldwide box office.
Is it Joker?
100%. I'm banking on. No, I don't want any part of Joker. I'm banking on this because of the Godzilla hype going on right now. After Godzilla -1 and all the people out there, and we're getting the Ice Dragon, which is a massive character overseas. So I'm banking on that.
Dude, it's like a huge blockbuster action, like epic, these titans. I think it'll make a ton of money. That's mass appeal right there. I kind of want to see it. It looks a lot of fun.
It does, and it's turn your brain off
But
kind of deal.
I think that'll make a ton of money.
Yeah, I'm hoping. We'll see. All right, JD, second pick. What do you got?
Okay, second pick is going to Joker 2. And it's kind of scary because there's not a ton of hype. There's not a ton of people going to see these movies like DC or Marvel. The only thing it has going for it is it kind of stands outside of the regular DC and Marvel stuff. It is rated R. The first one made $1 billion. It's still Joaquin Phoenix. And I think Lady Gaga will probably get a lot of butts in the seats. So,
My wife.
I don't think it'll make $1 billion like the first one, but that's
Weird.
definitely the pick. Because
I'm
it's
just
getting
gonna
rough
say.
after this movie.
You just called Lady Gaga your wife. We're just gonna skip over that one, but I think she will. She's 100%
No, I mean,
bring money in.
no.
What were you
No,
saying?
he said she'll get butts and seats.
Oh,
Like my wife will be one of those butts in a seat because of Lady Gaga.
I was
Yeah,
like,
like my wife.
can't
Like,
say
sorry.
I've ever heard
thought
somebody
we were
say
getting
that's my
kinky.
wife about Lady Gaga, but she'll boost the numbers. The main reason I backed off of it is because of the musical reports that came out about it being a musical, and I already didn't want them to make a sequel. And low-key, I'm kind of already being a hater on it, so I figured I'll just lean into it and hate on it the whole time. But I'll probably go see it in theaters, too.
The musical thing sucks. I'm not excited about that.
All right, Caleb. What do you got?
Well, here's where things start to get a little messy.
Yeah.
Agreed. But I think I'm going to have to go with a well-known product. The live-action remake made $1 billion just a few years ago. So I'm going to have to go with the prequel sequel of Mufasa.
Wow. It's a.
I think
guess
this
that makes
could
sense,
actually
yeah.
beat its projection of $600 million.
Who do we have voicing Mufasa?
James Earl Jones. No, I have no idea.
I was just thinking
It wasn't even him. Oh yeah,
I was about to say it as a joke.
bro.
I know, but
It was him.
No,
wasn't
it was. I was thinking Scar. I was like, it
gonna
was
say it as a
Jeremy
joke.
Irons, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it'll do good. That's another
Yeah,
one.
so hopefully that does well. Ooh, and then with this next pick, I'm really torn between two, but I think I'm going to have to go with the trilogy I just watched recently. The start of a new trilogy, hopefully, and it is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, Dave, you like that?
It's actually not the one I was
what is
referring
it
to.
projected? I mean,
Like 400.
Oh,
okay.
500.
Depends where you look,
Six
but
hundred.
yeah. It went up once
If
it
it's a
got
super
pushed
good
back.
movie, it'll make a ton of movie.
It will make a ton of
Right.
movies.
Yeah.
All right,
Spin-offs.
JD, what do you got?
Okay, I'm gonna do this one more for fun. I'm gonna pick Venom 3. If it is a super good movie, if it's a good movie, it'll make a lot of money. I think like not a lot of people loved Venom 2, and I think they might have listened to that and put more care into this Venom 3, and I definitely never expected a Venom trilogy. It's crazy we're getting a third Venom movie, still no
Right?
Spider-Man. But yeah, if it's good, it'll make a lot of money. The first one made $1 billion, didn't it?
They busted them out quick too. That's a quick trilogy. I feel like.
Right.
I think the first one only made like 850.
Yeah,
which is good.
I'm just handing
Still
out
good.
billions to these movies.
You
that
are.
is a lot of money.
No, I was just telling Caleb, that's one of those that could either blow up to 800 or more, or could it be a massive flop? And
Or
honestly,
die.
it's going to depend on rumors and a trailer. Like, because the Flash blew up after that trailer dropped. I mean, not as much as it should have, because then the negative reviews poured in. But once that trailer dropped, all of a sudden the hype launched. And there's rumors out there that Venom is going to include a post-credit scene similar to No Way Home that brings Tom back into the MCU to face him, to have a future going up against Spider-Man, which I told Caleb, why would you put him back in just to bring him back again? But that still seems to be the long shot dream here. So if that ends up happening too, like there's a lot of possibilities, but it could also be our delayed movie. It might get delayed, and this might give our opening for our first substitution pick here, because it's already in November, and Sony's
it's in November.
Famous for delays. Yeah. So we'll see.
dude, put Andrew Garfield in the post-credit scene.
That's
you
what
go.
I was thinking. Yeah,
Come on.
keep it out of the MCU, unless you're
Easy
going
money.
fully in the MCU. That'd be sick.
All right. Well, this is the tough part of the draft. We have a ton of movies right in this middle spot. I think Venom was the last kind of upper possible projection there. So we've got a ton in between the 3 to 550 million projections here, and they're all coin tosses.
This is where the going gets tough.
This is where winning teams are made. This is where the men are separated from the boys. These rounds right here lock in. I am going to go with the pick that I wanted, and I was relieved that nobody took. Caleb was talking trash about it because of a certain budget news that came out about it regarding it starting with a $170 million budget, and it's ballooned up to a $315 million budget, which is insane for a movie like this. But what that tells me is they're going all in. It's Ridley Scott. It's an incredibly famous movie that has hype over multiple generations. We're getting multiple big-name actors coming into this, including Denzel Washington, I'm pretty sure. Like, it's a stacked cast, and that is Gladiator 2.
Yeah.
Damn, I wanted that. I didn't think you would get it.
That was the one. I had my own. There's so many people our age that are going to go see it. It's the Gladiator sequel. It's Ridley Scott still. It's still,
And older.
Yeah, for sure. Older. I mean, there's a huge, massive range here of people that are going to go see this. It comes out 2 weeks after Venom, so there's a couple of weeks space there. There will be a little overlap, which is a little concerning. But if Venom is horrible and gets really bad reviews, then we're good.
Taking my box office. Yeah. That's a hell of a cast, dude. Hell of a director, and hell.
Yeah, Wicked and Moana both come out the next week.
That's a different audience, though.
It is.
Oh, Moana the next week. Oh shit, dude. The Christmas season is crazy.
November is wild. Like, yeah. All right. Brings me to my 4th overall pick, the 10th overall pick of the draft here. And I am once again stuck between a cartoon or an 80s repeat property.
Oh,
I think
Oh.
I'm going to go with the one that I think is a more sure bet. I think the other one possibly could blow up, but is more likely to be underwhelming. So I'm going to go with Kung Fu Panda 4, dropping March 8th. Every Kung Fu Panda movie has made over $500 million, and the last one came out shortly after COVID and still made over $500 million. So the first one made 600, the second one made 600, the third one made 550 or something. So I'm thinking this is at least a safe 500, maybe a little less. But Kung Fu always brings the kids in, and it's got that IP, just like Despicable Me. It goes back to when we were younger, and it was one of the hyped, like, you know, Jack Black and his character was a pretty big deal and trended a lot. So we'll roll with Kung Fu Panda.
Comes out in 2 weeks. You better go see it.
Taking my niece.
There
Wasn't,
you go.
but now I am. Okay, so we kind of blew past the halfway point. I meant to say something there between my second pick, but we are halfway through the draft here. That was my 4th pick there. So we got 3 picks for the other 2 picks left for me. It's heating up. JD, Start us off. You're not starting us off. I don't know why I said that, but go.
Start this part off. All right, so it looks like projections. You got Bad Boys 4. And I don't think I'm going to do it, man. I don't think it's going to live up to anything. I mean, it's like another remake they just did. They did a pretty good one a few years ago, but I mean, it's the fourth one. When is the fourth, like, random sequel to a movie really good off something that was a classic movie? Doesn't really happen. So I'm going to go with Moana. I think it's going to outperform Bad Boys 4, and there's a huge cult following behind Moana. Everybody watches Moana if you have a kid. And I think it's gonna. I think it's projected 450. I think it'll go past that.
Yeah, and so the biggest thing with Moana is it shares that weekend with Wicked, but I think Wicked's going to be a massive flop. I don't think some people were projecting it to be like 600 million, and typically musicals don't bring in a lot. There's not a massive amount of promotions going out for this thing, so I think Moana's a solid pick.
Never even heard of Wicked. They should probably advertise.
It's the Wizard of Oz musical that's been on Broadway for years. They're finally doing a movie because that's what everybody's been asking for. Yeah,
that is.
Caleb?
I wonder who.
All right. Is it my turn? Are we ready to go?
No, I was just saying your name.
Are you ready?
Oh,
I'm so delayed.
That's hot.
All right. Well, just like what JD's talking about, there's a lot of mid going on here. Should we take Will Smith's return? Do you think people will forgive him for what he did? Has it been long enough? Does Martin Lawrence still got it? I don't know.
No.
I'm going to go with, this could be crazy, but I think I'm going to take Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. I'm going to take that Jenna Ortega, that hype. Everyone loves. Every kid from 12 to 20 is going to go see that just because she's in it. And people, the nostalgia factor with the older crowd as well. It comes out in September, right in that kind of spooky season starting, so hopefully it does well.
It's weird they didn't do October because none of these movies release in October. Why would you not drop Beetlejuice? There isn't a single movie that comes out in October on this list. So I don't know why you wouldn't have just taken that for yourself. But that was the other one I was deciding between Kung Fu Panda and that. Because, that could blow up or it could flop massively. So we'll see.
Oh, I only have 2 more picks left. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. What's it going to be?
I'm going to take another movie where hopefully everyone takes their child to see it on Christmas. And that is Sonic 3. Hopefully Jim Carrey brings us all for this movie, okay?
See ya. Yeah. It's a safe pick. I think they've all made 400 mil. So, it's pretty safe. Only thing is it shares a weekend with Mufasa. It actually shares an opening day with Mufasa, and that's a very close audience right there between the two.
Oh, shit. Mufasa's on my team as well.
Same day.
Got like 5 players with the same bye week.
We might have to...
Classic rookie mistake.
If that... well, let's hope Sonic gets delayed, and then I can... draft a new one.
Yeah, let's hope all those kids' Christmases get ruined and the movie gets delayed.
They can just go see Mufasa instead.
There you go. Good cover. All right, JD. Second to last pick, 14th overall. What do we got?
Oh,
we have a new podcast guest.
Bad Boys is still
Willie.
on the charts. Oh, man. I want to pick... Wait, is Furiosa off the board?
No.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. No,
Holy
it's still there.
shiza.
Okay. So Furiosa, Bad Boys is projected more. I just don't see it, but I want to pick Craven. It sounds terrible. I could probably get in the next round. I want this movie to be good, but it's freaking Sony, especially after Madam Web. That doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
I'll go with Furiosa.
Damn it. Should have said no.
It should have said no.
No, that's been taken.
It's not available.
All right, cool. My pick, Furiosa.
Next pick.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a weird projection. I feel like Mad Max. How did Mad Max do? Does anybody know? Fury Road.
Didn't it kill it? I think Mad Max made a lot of money. It was successful. I don't know if it was just critically or...
Billy, hand out another one.
Oh, yeah, let's give it a Billy. I think I should.
It was 380 million. It was just under 400. Oh. Yeah, well, that's weird.
That's not a lot. Why was it
projected
so
more
critically well received?
Yeah, I guess so.
Because Anna Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, that's true. She's pretty big right now, but yeah, I can't believe that was that low. Wild. It must have shared a weekend with something. All right. Well,
I should have picked Bad Boys 4.
That brings me to my last two picks here.
Want to trade?
Back to back. I do not like this list that's left over. I think I'm gonna do it just to rep my loyalty. I really don't think this movie is gonna get anywhere near to the projections. I don't even think it's gonna make half of the projections. But if it can bring me in over 300 million, then it will have done its job as my second to last pick. And you know I'm doing it because I bleed Token. And that's the Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim, the animated movie coming out in December. I don't know why people have projected it for 650 million. There's no chance it makes that. But if it makes half that, I'm happy. So got to stay with Lord of the Rings.
Dude.
There will be at least $10 million that come from people who don't realize it's an animated movie, right?
Yeah, that would have been me. Like, I can't wait to see this live-action Lord of the Rings. It's been so long since I've seen this in theaters. A new one. Oh, it's just animated.
It's like an animated intro
like
here.
The holiday special, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It got me, too. I was like, what? Are we really watching? Is that really what this holiday special is?
That's so funny. Well... Oh, God, that brings me to my last pick. So, is it Bad Boys 4? Is that the fourth one that's about to be coming? I can't believe Bad Boys for Life made over 100 or over 400 million. Like, I can't believe that movie made that much. I don't understand why, really. It made double,
right?
It made triple of what the original made. Like, I don't understand that. But for the last pick, oh, God, yeah. No, go.
Is it the same director? What's his name? Mr. Explosions, Transformers.
Michael Bay.
No. Michael Bay. Yeah, Michael Bay. Come on. Is he back?
No, it's Adil LRB. You know.
Okay. You know
what? I think I'm gonna go on another risk. I think to win this year, I'm gonna just have to roll the dice and go for back-to-back risks. I'm not gonna go with Bad Boys 4. I don't trust Will Smith. I don't trust Sony. I don't trust horror movies. I don't trust musicals. So we are gonna go with another 80s classic franchise, and that is Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire. Now this only has a projection of like 175 to 200. But I think the last one came out at the end of COVID, and it brought in over 200 million. And they're really promoting the original cast in this one. Paul Rudd. The other one was pretty well received. It had a lot of good ratings. And there's not a whole lot of stuff going on when Ghostbusters Frozen Empire drops, which is in March. Holy crap, I'm going to have 2 movies in March. So, yeah, I'm going to go Ghostbusters Frozen Empire and really, really hope that it doesn't flop. I already regret that. But it's okay. JD, with your last pick of the draft, what will you take?
Yes. Well, Bad Boys 4 is still on the board, so I'm just going to take it because it really does have a high projection. Will Smith gets butts in the seat. Him and Lady Gaga. So, yeah, I'm glad it's still on the board. I'll take it. 500 projection.
Fair enough. I don't know. You're fighting with Inside Out. That's pretty overlaying crowd there, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, action. It's different enough.
No, I'm totally kidding. It's rated R to a kid's movie.
Stupid. You're supposed to use a sarcastic tone.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
What a rocket callback. All right. Caleb, the last pick for you, the last pick of the draft, the last pick maybe on this freaking earth. What are you taking for the overall 18th pick of the draft?
It's kind of funny you say the last pick on this earth. You know, if something bad goes wrong in this podcast, we might have to, start fighting against each other, which would be a civil war.
Oh,
Nice
I thought you were going to
So-
Quiet Place.
So
I thought you were going, me too.
No.
The last day on earth.
No, I'm gonna take a real big swing here with Civil War with just, it is election season, election year, and I don't know. I could see it popping off. You never know.
Hey,
All the
man,
muskets popping off.
it's A24. It's A24. It's Alex Garland. He's got a good record of stuff. And I'm stoked on this movie. I think it looks amazing. The only reason I didn't pick it is because I don't know how well American Civil War is going to track overseas. I don't know how much interest it's going to bring in worldwide. I think this is one of those movies that'll do better domestic than international. But
Probably a lot.
it's got to project. Well, yeah, actually, people probably want to see America tear itself apart. So shoot, that actually might skyrocket. That might double in overseas. Like,
They'll show
I like
it in North Korea.
Yeah, there you go. The first time they ever opened a theater, it'll be Civil War, A24. I like that risk. I do, because I'm stoked for that movie. It's got very low projections, and it takes heart to pick that. But I'm rooting for it, unfortunately. I hate that you have it on your team now. I was hoping nobody took it so I could really root for it. But I'm stoked for that movie.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I probably should have taken Quiet Place, but it's a horror movie.
Yeah, I mean, you said end of the world, and then the podcast was stopped, so there'd be a Quiet Place right there. I was confident you were going Quiet Place there.
That's
but
true.
Quiet Place went undrafted. So that wraps it up. Real quick, the biggest movies that did not get drafted and are going to be on the board and able to select. We got Garfield, the Garfield movie, played by, yet again, Chris Pratt as another voice acting role. And that one, I think that one could actually. It's not on my list. That's sick. Maybe that's what. Oh, it is. Okay, I just overlooked it. It's projected for just under 400 million, but that's a decent one. Craven projected for about 350 million, still there. Quiet Place projected around 300 million, still there. Wicked, depending on you listen to, 300 to 500, still there. Borderlands, The Fall Guy, and Alien Romulus all landing around 200 million projection. Those are the remaining major movies that we're going to have up for grabs if any of these get delayed. So keep an eye on them. Unfortunately, no, they all got some time. I mean, Garfield goes out in May, and Quiet Place is in June. But other than that, we got some time to make some replacement calls. So there's a few decent ones left. If we got to make a replacement, if Venom gets delayed, there's some stuff out there. So that wraps it up. We'll keep you guys posted on this as we go. Every movie we'll be posting updates like we did this year for it. Who knows? We might even think of some ways to spice it up a little more, have a little side action going based on movies upcoming. Maybe bet on the opening weekends. Who knows? We'll try to spice it up throughout the year, but feel free to follow us along. You can find any of these updates on all of our social media pages, Instagram, X, TikTok, all at Why So Sidious Pod, and our YouTube page as well. Please go there. Trying to grow it. Trying to grow the audience out there. It's a new year for Why So Sidious. So you guys have any other parting words as we end this draft ceremony here tonight?
Go Team One.
I hate Caleb. That's my parting words. Dude, someone said that we look just like each other. I was showing them our podcast, and they're like, "Are you guys brothers?"
Yeah.
I can't
People used to think I was JD.
can't say I ever saw that. Wait, really?
Yeah, like multiple times people would come up to me at like a party and say, "Hey, Jeremy," or "Hey, JD." And I'm like,
What?
Hi.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I don't see it, but all right, interesting. Well, there you go.
yeah.
I take it as a compliment that I look like you. Yeah, all right. Let's do this,
that's
guys.
really
Let's
nice.
wrap it up here and get on moving.
No,
So it is in our
You-
podcast.
We had a gay comment already. As you double it up, that's what we're here for. We're very supportive of the gay community. And thank you very much for joining us here for another episode, another second annual 2024 box office draft. We can't wait to see who wins, and we'll try to think of a punishment in the meantime. As always, thank you to my co-hosts, Jeremy and Caleb, and we will see you next time on Why So Sidious and Nerd Podcast.